skill that makes you predict the future. I'm about to tell you the closest thing to a real superpower. Probabilistic thinking replaces emotional guessing with statistical reasoning. It's the antidote to certainty bias, overconfidence bias, and binary thinking. The three horsemen of bad decision. Most people make decisions like a Marvel script, good or evil, yes or no, win or lose. Pros think in percentages. Behavioral science says humans misjudge probability because of number one, the availability heuristic. What's vivid feels likely. Optimism bias. We all think we're pretty special. Survivorship bias. We ignore failures. Now, super forecasters from Tetlock's research outperform CIA analysts because they think in ranges, not absolutes. They update their belief system constantly. They reward accuracy, not ego, and they stay emotionally neutral. You practice this by assigning probabilities. This content idea is 75% likely to hit. This lead is 25% likely. Don't waste 2 hours. This business idea is 60%. Test small first. This mindset slays bad bets, bad hires, bad relationships, and bad risks. Circle of confidence, the model Warren Buffett swears by. There's a mental model that turned a quiet Nebraska kid into a billionaire. The circle of competence combats the Dunning-Kruger effect, the bias where the less you know, the more confident you become. It's why rookies think they're experts and experts feel like rookies. Buffett's genius wasn't being smart. It was knowing that he wasn't. The model forces self awareness. What do you actually understand? Where do you consistently get results? Where do you have an edge? What skills are proven and not imagined? See, psychology says clarity of competence reduces cognitive load and decision fatigue. When you operate inside your circle, your brain is in flow. Pattern recognition is automatic. Outside your circle, your brain is stressed, emotional, and reactive. You end up guessing a lot more. You lose more. Grow your circle intentionally through deliberate practice and feedback loops. Stay with depth before breadth. The model Elon used to break physics.
With a few taps from his fingers, global markets can crash and soar.
Most people build life like Jenga, but the greats rebuild from scratch. First principles thinking destroys social mimicry bias, the tendency to copy what others do because it's familiar. Most people don't think, they just imitate. First principles breaks a problem down to its physics. What is undeniably true? What are the raw components? What would this look like if no one had done it before? Psychology calls this conceptual unchunking, taking a big idea and breaking it into its atomic parts. See, Musk did it for rockets. Found the raw materials cost was 2% of the market price.
Right now, he's building rockets that could take 100 people to Mars. His power and wealth continue to grow.
Result? Industry slayed. Use this everywhere. Fat loss, calories, protein, consistency, sleep. How about content? Hook, value, retention, pacing. What about sales? Pain, consequence, desired state, gap, decision. First principles unlocks creativity by removing rules that you never agreed to. It's the model that turns you from follower into innovator. The model that saves you from dumb decisions. Everyone sees the first domino, but nobody sees the next 20. See, second order thinking battles present bias, our obsession with immediate effect over long term impact. Your brain is wired for short term thinking, but life punishes short term thinking. Example, you skipped the gym. First order, you rested. Second order, you break habit loops. Behavioral psych shows missing 2 days equals a 50% habit decay. Third order, Low energy equals poor food decision. Fourth order, shame equals avoidance. Fifth order, regression. Every decision has a ripple effect. Saying yes too much leads to burnout, resentment, low performance. Reacting emotionally leads to damaged trust and lost opportunities. Hiring fast leads to culture debt and turnover. Cheap decisions lead to expensive consequences. Second order thinkers simulate the future. They use mental time travel, a cognitive skill tied to the prefrontal cortex, to forecast outcomes before acting in the first place. That's how you slay dumb decisions before they slay you. Jeff Bezos' model for scary decisions. Here's the question Jeff Bezos asked at 30 that built Amazon.
Amazon turned its first ever net profit later in 2001.
Regret minimization taps directly into future self continuity. The psychological concept where you make better decisions when you vividly imagine your future self. Most people think of the future them like a stranger. When you truly visualize your 80-year-old self, your brain activates regions connected to long term planning, empathy, and identity. Ask, when I'm 80, which choice will I regret not making? It cuts through fear, social pressure, paralysis, ego, perfectionism. Behavioral science shows regret is the strongest when it involves missed opportunities, unused potential, unsaid truths, and unbuilt dreams. The framework slays fear because it reframes decisions away from comfort and toward legacy. Use this when deciding whether to launch your channel, start your business, or leave that bad job.